Hello everyone. In today's tutorial, we'll be taking a look at Typealias. If you go by the definition in Swift of Typealias, it says it's a named alias of an existing type. What does it mean is that it's basically it's a it's a predefined name for an existing type. If you say and with the existing type, what does it mean? That it could be a string, a integer, a class, a enum, a struct, a closure, a tuple, anything. So what we do mean by type alias is that we create a named alias or a predefined name, which basically uh, gives us a better convention, and we create a type alias for a particular type. So let's take a look at how to create a type alias and what is the use of type alias. Okay. So I've already created a single view application, a sample single view application. There's nothing much into it, so I didn't want to go around that. So it's just a label and a button over here, which will help us calling the typealias function. I'll be creating a typealias function, and I have created the outlet and the function. So let's see how typealias is created. What I can do is I can create a typealias for string as well. So I can say typealias, and I can say, let's say I'll say a name as big string for type string. I can do like that also. And then what I can do is in my declaration I can say var name as big string, and then I can say I can give this string a name, say hello world, and I can print this name. Okay, if I run this application, we should be able to see a print statement in the console. Let's say hello world. See, so it's just a convention which we are following to increase the readability, or you know define things which we want to mean something. Okay, so let's see in this tutorial. I'll I'll take the typealias in use with closures. So how we can use typealias to with in conjunction with closure to define the naming conventions or something like that. So that our syntax is pretty clean and clear. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll create a function where I'll pass in closures. I'll create type alias for those closures, and what that function is do is, like, if it's an even number, it will print the even number. If it's an odd number, it will print the error. Okay, so let's create a type alias first. Okay, so what I'm doing is even type alias. What it does is it will return a string and integers, so it can return multiple items as well. Closure. Okay, and I'll get another type alias that is odd. What it does it does an error. Okay, so these are two type classes which we have defined, which I'll pass it along with my closure in method. Okay, you can think of it as like if you work with NSUI section or Elma4 or AFNet, AFHTTP, AF networking, then you can think of it as success and failure blocks. So they will act as success and failure blocks. So if it's even, it will call the even block. If it's odd, the number is odd, it will call the odd block. Okay, so let's create a function. Let's say test typealias for testing typealias. What I'll say is my one of the parameters is even typealias, and my other parameters are odd typealias. Okay, so these are my closure parameters which I'm passing with this. And what I'm doing is, if I've defined a variable also I, which is 0 initially, so what I'm doing is, if I divisible by 2 is 0, that is, it is an even number, and do something else, do something else. And in, if it's even, what I'll do is, I'll call even, which is my typealize, and it will ask for two parameters, int and, if you can see, string and integer. So I have to pass a string, so I'll say this is an even number, and I'll pass that number as well, and then I'll increment that number so that a program keep on running. Okay, so increment is so that we can keep on clicking the call that test function button, and it can keep on calling the even and odd numbers. So that is for that. But in else, when it's odd, I'll create an error. This is just to show how we can create the errors as well. As error, nothing. I pass this as I itself, user info as nil again. This will be odd, so if you can see odd, I have to pass an error, err, and then I'll again increment my I here. Okay, so this completes my function. So what I'm doing is, if my integer variable is divisible by 2, then I'm passing the even closure. If it's odd, I'm passing the odd closure. Okay, let's call this function. So I'll call this function as test typealize. You can see it is how it has put up the parameters. So even and odd, so these are closures, so I have to pass a string, so I'll say string and a number n. So this is how the syntax is for not this bracket. And similarly for this, it will be an error in. Okay, so we have to write the parameters with square brackets with curly braces, number of parameters n, and then we can write the, I can change the label in text. I can say that string with number, so it will change the text label text, and here I'll say error localized description. So what I'm doing here is, like, if my number is even, I'm calling the my typealize test typealize function. If it's even, take both the parameters passed return from the function, and then set the text label. If it's odd, set the text label to the error description. Let's run the application now and see how it goes. Okay, when I click on test function, this is an even number 0. It throws an error. And even number is 2, throws an error. This 4 throws an error. Goes on. So this is how we can, create typealize for defined types, closures. We can, even define it for classes, enums, structs, everything. Okay, so how easily it, uh, increases the readability of your code instead of defining big names and everything. So this is what Typealias is. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching.